My name is Ron Hester, PDJ number 54636. If you look me up on there, you're going to be pretty disappointed because I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we do not play very many PDJ events. Down here in the South, we mainly do Southern Nationals, so you can look me up on there, and I do play a lot of Southern National tournaments. I play advanced, pretty streaky advanced player. It's all about putting, and my putting's just not there sometimes. So, but anyway, let me do this in the bag video for you and kind of tell you what I throw. Been playing for about 3 years now. Been throwing Trilogy for about 8 months, only Trilogy. Backhand, not a huge power driver. Get it out there about 350. Forehand, anywhere from 350 to 380. Primarily a forehand thrower, but I have discs to do both. So first off, putters. I putt with Judges. I use the classic Judge. Just like the way it feels in my hand. That's really the only reason. I can throw the soft, the proms, whatever, but the stiff plastic feels really good, and they beat in really well, and just kind of what I've come to like. Other disc, Suspect. I usually will forehand most of my upshots, and for that, the classic blend Suspect is perfect. Just like to kind of put it on a little forehand, little pop it, little Anheuser, and it rods. Really consistent. If you've never tried forehand upshots, you may want to check it out. This one, I usually use it for anywhere within about 150 feet. And you get to face the target, which is kind of an advantage to forehand in your upshots. But classic Suspect, if I'm going to do anything off the tee with it, going to use the Lucid Suspect, a little bit better for off the tee. Other mid-ranges, backhand mid-range primary is going to be a Truth. I've been trying to limit the number of molds I carry. Watched a Johnny McRae video, that dude carries like 6 molds. So I'm trying to get my molds down. Primary Truth right here is a Moonshine Truth. It's beat in a little bit. Can throw this off the tee in a hole. It may fade a little bit, but it's a great disc. I really recommend a Truth. For backhand, it's perfect. Got me a Fusion Truth. Hopefully this one will break in a little bit more, and it'll kind of be a turnover disc for me. I think this is going to replace my core. I'm trying to, like I said, trying to narrow things down. So I'm excited with this Fusion Truth. And then I just put in my bag a first run classic Truth. Not sure. I heard they're a little bit more stable, so we're going to see how this breaks in, see what it does. But I'm excited about this disc. The other mid-range I carry is a Verdict. These are great for the wind, and also if I'm in a technical situation, in some woods or something, I'm going to maybe forehand, I'm going to want to use a Verdict. You can put a lot of torque on it. It may flex a little bit for you. Also, if I got a lot of room and I want to throw a forehand off the tee with a mid-range, this is it. Suspect, a lot of people say there's an overlap between the Suspect and the Verdict. For me, this disc has a lot more glide, and you can put a lot more power behind it versus just a Suspect. Suspects tend to turn over when you put too much torque behind them. I carry 2 mid-ranges. I'm sorry, 2 fairway drivers. Let's see if I can get those out. First is the Escape. I have fallen in love with the Escape. I carry 3 plastics of it. I carry the Fluid, I carry a Moonshine, and I also carry a brand new Fusion. Love all 3 of them. I can probably throw an Escape on a good day just as far as I can throw any of my distance drivers. Very versatile mid-range. I'm sorry, I keep saying mid-range. Very versatile fairway driver. Easy to throw. Even if my form's a little off that day, I can throw it. Can both backhand and forehand these discs. And I love me an Escape. If you don't have one, I'd recommend throwing it. In my opinion, it's one of the best mid-ranges. I mean, fairway drivers out there. Could beat myself up later for saying mid-range so much. For forehand, a Felon. I have a first-run Felon, and I have just the stock Lucid Felon. Love these. Anything about 300 feet, if I want to power one out there, throw a hyzer. Backhand, if it's windy and I just want to rip into one, this is a great disc for that. It really was a disc that was needed in the Trilogy lineup, and can't say more good things about a Felon. If you're a forehander, you need to be throwing one of these. Also, with this one right here, I like to roll it. So if it's like a low ceiling shot and it's really flat ground, I'll throw this one down on a big forehand, roll it, and it'll just stay dead straight. You can just put all you have into it, and it'll just stay dead straight for about 300, 330 feet. Great roller. I know no one rolls forehand and no one rolls really overstable disc, but I do. For backhand distance shots, I'm going to throw a Havoc. I have a white Opto Havoc, and I have two gold line Havocs. Havoc's super versatile disc. I've been trying some backhand rollers. These are great for that. Also, just easy distance. You can just throw it really nice and smooth. You can make them anti-over if you want to, or you can just keep them dead straight in a hyzer. They don't do great in the wind, but luckily down here in Louisiana, the wind doesn't blow too often, so we're pretty good shape there. If the wind is blowing though, go to my Trespass. I have two. I have one beat up Lucid Trespass. This one's really beat up. It's good. It's a little flippy now, but parked a hole with this one today. I think it was like 340. Just parked it. It was perfect. This one's a little bit newer, but for forehand shots, I'll use these if I want distance. And then if it's a little bit windy or the conditions calls for it, I'll use this for a backhand. It's a little more stable for me. And then for forehand power shots, it's all about the Giant. Giants, I can get these out there around 380. They always come back for me. You can throw it and rock it over. This one's a little bit more beat in, and it's a little flatter in profile, and so it's a little bit more understable than this one. This one's super beefy, brand new tournament plastic. Trying to work this one in my bag, but this one right here is my go-to. Really recommend the Giant if you have a big arm or if you're a forehander. Has a lot of glide. A lot of people throw the Enforcer. I throw a Giant because it has a ton of glide, and you can really just rock it out there and it'll stay. So using a Lat 264 luxury bag. Love this bag. Plenty of storage. Has more than enough storage. I can carry 25, 30 discs if I want to. I really don't carry that many, but great, plenty of room. A lot of compartments on here. The only complaint I have is that it only has one drink holder, but with all the storage on here, you can put drinks everywhere. Great bag, but that's been the bag. If you have any comments or suggestions for things I might need to throw, or if you're trying to kind of narrow down those molds and you have some suggestions for that, please let me know. Hit me up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.